Hello to guys, Typhoshi here, and we're back. We're finally back after so long. And as you guys can see, clearly this is not Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. This is not Pokemon. This is One Piece. And for the past, I don't even know how long, maybe anywhere between 4 to 6 months, I've been playing this card game. I have completely dropped Yu-Gi-Oh, and the fruits of my labor are finally showing. I managed to take a W at a local tournament. I ended up going about 2 days ago. It was on 2 days ago on a Wednesday, out at Games of Fremont, and it was pretty good. It was my first ever win ever of anything. So from the entirety that I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh for, I don't even know how long at this point, I never even came close to winning. But with One Piece, I finally got the dub. And then my matches for that day, it was round 1 against a Kobe player, round 2 against yellow Katakuri, and then my final round was against green purple Luffy. So yeah, let's get straight into this deck profile. No more to say. Alright, so here we have our searchers. We have 4 Trafalgar Law. Then we move on to our rampers. We have 4 Zoro, 4 Nico Robin, and then 4 Black Maria. Then we have some nice 2Ks that could also come in handy to rest some things. We have Usahachi, and then we have Tony Chopper. And then we got our big boy blocker, Frankie. He's good to just unclog your hands because some of these cards in this deck right now have no counter at all. So it's good to, like, if you have multiple of those, to get rid of. Here we have the Beer Luffy coming straight out of the new starter deck. So good. Without this card, you would not be winning. Honestly, it really makes the deck really good. Then we have the EBO2 SEC Luffy. This card is also amazing. If you do not see this on your 6-down turn, you can play this. They're both okay. Preferably, you always play this on your 3rd turn. And then you would go either Monkey D. Luffy, Sanji, or your Charlotte Katakuri. This card honestly is so good on your 8 or 9 dawn turn, depending on what you are. So it should be on your 4th turn that you're playing. It's crazy being able to attack and then restand. It's so good. And being able to not be afraid to waste a couple of those Dawn -2, since now you have a couple in the deck. You have the Beer Luffy, you have the Frankie, you have the Robin, the Chopper. All these cards like are Dawn -2, and you can do a couple of them now in a turn and still be able to get one back from Katakuri, which is pretty nice, honestly. And then we have our big boys, which would be the 3 Rush Luffys and then 1 Nika Luffy. This card, being a one-of, is still really good. Not only is it my favorite card of the entire deck, it's actually the reason why I built it, and so I always wanted to keep at least one. I've seen a lot of builds that don't even run it at all. It's definitely your preference. If you do not want to run this, you could run another EBO2 Luffy, you could run, I guess, another Chopper, or you could get rid of one of these and one of these to play 2 other good cards that you would like. I know there's some events that I don't play that other people do that you might be interested in. And then lastly, for the events, I have 2 Gum Gum Lightning, 4 Gum Gum Giants, and then 1 Gum Gum Jet Gatling. Jet Gatling, basically the same purpose as my Frankie. I want to trash a card, something that's bricky in my hand, to be able to get some counter. Same thing with this. You draw your 2 off the other ones. So this is the list that I ran. It's personally, I feel like it's one of the strongest lists for the Purple Black Luffy deck. And let me show you exactly how Perfect Curve and a way to play the deck that I like it, my favorite playstyle of it. So maybe you could start taking some games with this deck. So what I'm about to show you, obviously, it's never going to be like this. It's not 100% possible. I'm just going to show you the best case scenario of how your turns would play out. So let's say you're going first, and the best thing that you could do is obviously do your law, do your search, get whatever you need, If you don't already have your ramper, get one of your rampers. If your hand's already looking pretty good, just get a 2K. It searches out, it just fixes your hand a little. But most of the time, the real card you want a mulligan for is your Zoro. This card is super good. It's the best out of all the rampers because if you get this, you're kind of losing out on a 2K counter. And you also is only 4K, so you can't use it to swing. And then Black Maria, same thing. You're losing out on a 2K counter, and that's a lot of Dawn that you need to add to it if you do want to swing with it. So your first turn, you would do the 1 Dawn. You would play the Law, right? You get whatever you need. Then you pass. Your opponent would do whatever. You'll go back to yourself. You go to 3 Dawn. And then you would play out your Zoro. Then after your Zoro, obviously, you do the effect. You want to get rid of 2. And then you'll get 1 back as active. And then you do leader effect because you return more than 2. You get 1 as active and 1 as rested. So on your second turn, you should be at 4 Dawn. Then what I like to personally do, I like to attach both of the Dawn to make a 7K leader to attack. And most of the time, they're going to take life. So straight away, you guys are both now 4 and 4 if they're a 5K leader, or if they're a 4K leader, they'll be at 3. So pretty good. You make them take life immediately. And then let's say, they do whatever. And then the best thing for you, let me put some of these cards that I won't be showcasing as life. So you're going to have life, right? And now this is when your opponent can attack. If your opponent attacks to life, just take it. No matter what, do not give up your hand. Your hand is very important in this deck because you have a card that you want to kind of play around, and I'll explain that later. So no matter what, you take the life. Always take your life. And then after that, it'll be back to your turn. You should be at 6 Dawn. Now, if your opponent is playing any other deck that's not like purple or anything that ramps, then basically it still goes the same thing, but it just won't work the same way. So you do your Beer Luffy. Like I was saying, this is perfect scenario. You do all your Beer Luffy. You do the Dawn -2. The effect will not trigger because your opponent is not at 5 Dawn, but you could still do Luffy effect because you did remove the Dawn -2 to get 1 as active and 1 as rested. And you still have a 5 and a 6K swing. So sequencing is totally up to you, depending if you want to bait some cards or if their hand count is kind of low, or if they have a lot of monsters that you want to get rid of. That's totally up to you. I personally like doing the 5 to make them give me a card, or if they do take, then you have to do a 6, and then they'll have more cards in their hand, so they'll have to give up more cards because you are a 6K now. So that's how I like to do it. Do 5 and then 6, and then you will pass again. And then, like I was saying again, your opponent's going to do whatever. They could get rid of your bodies. They could attack you. If they get rid of bodies, then obviously there's really not much that you can do about it because they're just removing. But like I was saying, perfect case scenario, let's say they just go to attack you. If they attack you, take. Always take. Because you are able to go down to 2, even 1 life in this deck and still survive for a crazy amount of turn for this exact example next. Watch. So from here, you're going to go up to your 8 Dawn turn. So this should be turn 4 by now. And like I was saying, if everything was perfect, you have a choice between these guys. Now, my personal favorite is the Katakuri. I just really like how this card looks, so that's maybe my bias. It's probably not the best option here, but that's totally up to you guys. If you guys have one of these cards, it is fine. But my favorite one personally would be the Katakuri. So you play the Katakuri out, then you would attack with your Luffy. Your Luffy would do the effect, right? Dawn -2, get 1 as active, get 1 rested. Now, because your opponent would be higher than the 5 Dawn, you actually do become a 7K leader. So now, not only do you have 1 free card, you have 7K, and you have 1, 2, and then the 3 swings. So you can do the 7K, then you could do the 5, and then you do the 8, or you could just do the 7, depending if you have Gum Gum Giant or not, and depending on how big your board is for your opponent. If you're a little scared of them being able to attack a lot, then I would keep it for Gum Gum. Either way, you kind of want to rush in this deck. You are playing fast. You're trying to get to 10 Dawn really fast, and then just try to outswing your opponent. So I would just do 6, and then I would do the 7. Or you could do the 5, and then you could do the 8. If you do want to be protective against your opponent because of his other effect, where if he does have a Dawn attached, all of these gain 1. And it is extremely good, extremely important if you are playing the UP Luffy matchup. You want to do the 1 Dawn on him at all times because of their Lin Lin, where they could remove one of these cards and put it up and use it like that for removal, and that way he becomes a 7 cost and he'll be able to dodge it pretty much. All right, next thing. Now on your opponent's next turn, he can do whatever he wants again, pretty much. Now you're at a 7k leader, and most of the time, if your opponent is a pretty smart player, they're gonna try to go for your Monkey D. Luffy. This card is so good that if they don't go for this, you pretty much win if they leave it on your board for too long. So if they're smart, they'll try to attack your Luffy. This is when you start giving up your hand. You give up your hand as much as possible just to protect this Luffy. You block whatever you want, just you protect. You protect the castle pretty much against that Luffy. If they want to swing for life, that's also your choice. You could give up some hand. This is when you start giving up some hand a little, because now you're at 7k. You're basically, you already have a free 2k on top of whatever you're giving up. So it's really nice. I've had so many situations where people try to attack 6 into it and they just can't, and they end up wasting too much Dawn so that they only have like 1 big swing that they could do, or like maybe 2 at most. And it's so broken. Being able to become a 7k leader is so good. All right. So, like I was saying, let's say you take again, and then now it's your turn again. You should be at 10 Dawn. Now, this is my favorite part of the deck, because you get to play one of the coolest characters. You could either choose the Monkey D. Luffy, or you could pick the Monkey D. Luffy. Now, which Monkey D. Luffy you want, that's totally up to you, but my favorite is the Gear 5. I love this card to death, and it's the reason why I built this deck, like I was saying earlier. So, from here, you no longer have this, right? This is what you want to do. You want to do 5 to life, then you do 7 to life, and then you do 8 to life. Whatever they do, whatever they want, blah, 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 whatever, right? Whatever happens, happens. Then, you want to bottom deck all your cards, and you drop the Sun God Luffy on them. And you remove all 10 Dawn. Then you do leader effect, right? You get 1 active, 1 rested. Then you do Nika effect to get 1 rested, and you get 1 that's active. And because you did place them, you get an additional turn. So this is what you do. You do swings, right? 6 to life. And not only did you get 1, 2, 3 swings, you got 4 swings on that 1 turn. And you get another turn. So you pass your turn, it's your turn again, right? You take whatever your hand is. We do not care. Then you should be at 5. Now, once you're at 5, you do Nika effect again. You rest 1, you gain 1. So you're going to be at 6. If you have Black Maria, it'd be really good. If you want to play Black Maria here, then you could get, 10 Dawn turn, match it with your opponent. But most of the time, like pretty much 99% of the time that I've been able to get this perfect play, they die here. So you do 10, then 12. And like I was saying, 99% of the time you just win game like that. It's so good. It's my favorite way to play this deck. And that is the way that I pilot Monkey D. Luffy purple black. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire video. Just follow those tips and it should be winning you a couple more games. Just remember, do not give up hand until you're at like 2 life. Once you're at 2 life, you should be a 7k leader. You can start protecting your characters, and you can start protecting your leader if you want. Totally up to you. Most situations, that is just one, like I was saying, perfect scenario. That I've been able to get that type of hand a couple times, honestly. More frequent than not, honestly. But yeah, obviously many different scenarios, many different ways to play. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thank you guys so much for watching. Peace.